Welcome to UA Live. I'm Ava Toll.
And I'm Jessica Stelzer. Coming up in the show, we look at Arlingtonian, student jobs in UA, and the secrets under the parking lot.
Next year, in March of 2020, there's going to be a school trip to Berlin, Prague, Krakow, and Budapest.
Interested students have the opportunity to earn high school or college credit. Highlights on the trip include a visit to the Brandenburg Gate, the Berlin Wall, the Lenin Wall, the Charles Bridge, the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial, and the Hungarian Parliament building.
If you're going to be a student in the 2019-2020 school year and are interested in this trip, there's more information on Schoology.
On Sunday, March 3rd, Upper Arlington held its National Honor Society induction ceremony. NHS is a nationwide organization for high schoolers. Eligible students have above a 3.75 GPA, 36 service hours, and were chosen based on their leadership, service, and character.
Congrats to our 123 newly inducted National Honor Society students. These students were picked for their overall well-roundedness as a person. UAHS offers many courses to students to broaden their scope of the world, such as our journalism program.
Not only does our high school offer broadcast journalism, but print journalism as well. Arlingtonian is the school magazine here at the high school. Sydney Lape reports.
At Upper Arlington High School, there are over 50 clubs and activities for students to participate in outside of the regular school day. One way to get involved is by joining the Arlingtonian.
Arlingtonian is Upper Arlington High School's student-produced news magazine. We also run a website which we post news stories every day or just constantly, like even if it's not every day.
And we have a whole team of writers and graphic artists and photographers, well, me. And we have an advisor, but it's just student run and it's really awesome.
Because Arlingtonian is student produced, each member devotes time to the project in and out of school. They are also responsible for dealing with issues that a majority of students at UAHS are unaware of.
It's all in our hands to produce the magazine and the website so that the school doesn't give us funding directly so that we are not reviewed by the school and we can publish whatever we please.
Finding funding is just one of the many steps that it takes to produce the final product. It is a very long process overall.
I think one of the things that people don't really realize is how much work really goes into the publication. We have to brainstorm stories that we haven't touched on yet, and getting that research takes a long time. We have to get in contact with people for interviews, which also takes a very long time, and it's difficult to manage that.
Over the years, Arlingtonian has received numerous awards at both the state and national level. Most recently, their website received a ranking of 4th nationally at the Journalism Education Association's Fall Convention. The convention had over 1,000 schools represented. To receive awards like these, the process of creating stories takes a lot of planning and time.
So often we have a brainstorming day where all the staff sits around a table and proposes like 3 to 5 ideas, events, what's happening, what's new.
The printed issues created by the Arlingtonian are given out to students 5 times a year, once every quarter, and also on the first day of school. Arlingtonian writer Molly Mitchell expresses a final thought regarding student responses to the issues.
A lot of students don't read the publication, and I think it's important that even if you're not in the story or even if you don't know the person in the story, that's the point, and it's to get to learn more.
This has been Sydney Lape reporting for the WARL.
The Arlingtonian has been in publication since 1936. If you would like to get a hold of the issues, they are placed around the UA libraries and within the front office of UAHS. You can also check out featured stories and exclusive content at arlingtonian.com.
In December of 2016, Upper Arlington City Schools kicked off their one-to-one technology plan by issuing MacBook Airs to students in grades 6th through 12th. This initiative was put in place to create a more personalized learning experience for every student in the district. The district believes that personalized learning is essential by providing tools students will need for college and beyond.
Next school year, the district is dispersing iPads to replace the MacBook Airs. With the laptop lease coming to an end, a committee of teachers, faculty, and parents made the final decision for iPads in November of 2018. Max Buckley gives us an inside look on how the decision is affecting the community.
On January 28, 2019, many Upper Arlington parents gathered in the first floor of the Learning Center at the high school to learn more about the transition from laptops to iPads next year. The iPad Pro students and staff will receive comes with a 12.9-inch touchscreen display, along with features such as Face ID to unlock the iPad. First-year teacher at Upper Arlington, Ms. Hedges, shares her thoughts on the iPads and her previous experience using them.
So in the past, I've worked at a school with middle schoolers and we had iPads. The middle schoolers loved it. They really liked that it was just easier to take around with them, so it wasn't as clunky as a laptop. They also had a lot less experience with laptops. They mostly always had iPads at home, so they were a lot more familiar with how to use an iPad, so it worked out really well. A con would be the keyboard is going to be pretty clunky and you have to rent it out. You don't have to pay for it, but you do have to rent it and carry it around separately, which is kind of annoying. So I'll probably just buy the case that goes with it. But a positive is the new Notability. It's where we would share our notes with you guys, like our spreadsheet or our slideshow, and then you guys can just write on the slideshow what notes you guys want to take. So then there'll be a lot less actual handwriting and that kind of thing. It's a really cool program. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it'll be really fun.
Upper Arlington High School junior Blake Teen gave his thoughts on the iPads and what he believes the pros and cons will be.
I think I'm pretty neutral on the thought of iPads because I'll be a senior next year, so I'll just get them for 1 year, so I don't really care much because I don't use the computer much outside of school. And I don't think that'll change much with the iPad, and I think I'll just use it in school. I think one of the pros could be that it's going to be a newer system and they're going to be updated because these laptops are pretty old. I think they're like 4 years old now. And then the cons could be that I think typing will be harder because it's not a physical keyboard and it's just a touch screen. So when you have to type an essay for a class, I think that'll be tougher.
This has been Max Buckley reporting for the WARL.
In February, teachers turned in their old laptops for a newer MacBook model along with the iPad to allow for teachers to become accustomed before the big dispensary next school year.
On Wednesday, February 27th, while the teachers had a professional development day for the iPad training, juniors took the ACT while other students had a digital learning day.
The test was on laptops since it was distributed through the state, but nationwide tests are typically taken with paper and pencil. These scores will be sent by the mail in 3 to 8 weeks.
Now to sports with Maria and Peter.
Welcome to sports. I'm Maria Manessi.
And I'm Peter Zelnick.
On March 2nd, the girls basketball team played Reynoldsburg in district finals at Ohio Dominican. The girls lost 32-61 and finished their season 19-7. Despite the tough loss, it's the second year the ladies have made it to district finals.
Also on March 2nd, the Golden Grapplers compete at the district wrestling tournament. They finished in 5th place, making it the highest finish for the program since 1990. Since senior Mitch Herron finished 3rd, juniors Jesse Bowers, Daniel Beam, and Mason McHugh all finished 4th to lead the way to the team and qualify for the states.
The 4 state qualifiers marks the most for the program since 1988. These wrestlers will compete at the Jerome Schottenstein Center Thursday, March 7th through Saturday, March 9th.
The Crew Bears wrapped up their winter season with the Midwest Championship Erg Sprints. Aurora Sherrill looks at the event.
On Saturday, February 23rd, the boys and girls rowing team competed in the Midwest Championship Erg Sprints.
We did really well today at Erg Sprints. We won the team points trophy, and yeah, overall everyone did well. We're really looking forward to a fast spring season.
The girls team brought home 4 medals, with freshman Caitlin Courtwright placing 2nd in the junior lightweight novice event, freshman Annie Yohani placing 3rd in the junior novice event, sophomore Lindsay Holman placing 2nd in the junior lightweight event, and junior Gia Phillips placing 2nd in the junior coxswain event. On the boys' side, freshman Colin Vanek placed 1st in the junior novice lightweight event, with Jackson Hall placing 3rd in the same event. Sophomore Will Holsinger pulling 3rd in the junior lightweight event, and finishing the day off was sophomore Sam Weislick, freshman Sully Ballshirt, and sophomore Will Gray bringing home 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place in the junior coxswain event. With all of the rowers' hard work, UA Crew ended with the highest amount of points among other high school teams. This has been Aurora for the WARL.
The crew team plans to begin outdoor practices in the boats on March 8th. Their first race is Saturday, April 13th.
To stay updated about the upcoming regattas and results, follow the team on Twitter at @RowBears.
Regardless of the season, all Upper Arlington student athletes must follow their proximity rule that went into effect this school year. Ava Toll reports on how this impacts athletes.
This summer, the student athletes at Upper Arlington High School were informed of how the athletic department plans to reinforce the proximity rule. Keeping students safe has been a top priority in and out of the school setting.
There was a groundswell of parents in the community that says we have to do more, we have to keep our kids safe.
Some students may have been confused on how this code may or may not affect them. If you do not play a sport, then this code will not affect you.
So if you don't play any sports and you were at that party, I would never know.
On the other hand, other student athletes may be wondering the parameters on this code.
We will investigate that, and we're going to use common sense, and we're going to know who really instigated the whole thing and who tried to get out of there. So there's a huge emphasis on safety for you all.
Overall, the community has showed support and worked together to emphasize student safety throughout this athletic code. This has been Peter Zelnick, Annie Ranke, and Ava Toll reporting for WARL.
Our school resource officer John Rice and Upper Arlington High School athletic director Tony Pusateri are available to answer questions about this rule aimed to help our student athletes make good choices.
The boys basketball team played the Reynoldsburg Raiders in district semifinals March 6th at Westerville Central High School. The boys lost 33-35 and finished the season 17-5.
As the high school campus is starting major construction project this coming weeks, one of the steps they have taken for athletics is transforming the freshman gym into the weight room temporary for the coming years. This will affect athletes who participate in lifting for their sports.
New temporary fields have been added to Tremont, and as the baseball and softball fields won't be done until mid-April, the baseball team will play mostly away games and softball will play home games at Beekman Park.
On Thursday, February 28th, Upper Arlington High School held a Meet the Team for all athletes participating in spring sport, and Monday, March 4th, was the first day for all teams to begin participating.
Good luck to all those who are participating in a spring sport. Now to Tad and Andy with Community News.
Welcome to Community News. I'm Tad Fountain.
And I'm Annie Ranke. Upper Arlington City Council is searching for a new city manager.
City Council President Kip Greenhill in This Week News said that Council would hire a consultant to assist with the search for a full-time city manager to take the position of Ted Staten.
Many local businesses are also looking to hire high school students. Tad Fountain takes a closer look at job opportunities around the community.
With winter coming to a close, we are one step closer to the summer. With the summer comes opportunity for high school students. As high schoolers, there are several options for work. Upper Arlington pool manager Lee Spitzer shares further insight on these options.
High schoolers can work lifeguard, pool office, and tennis court.
If you decide to work a job as a lifeguard or pool office, there are several locations throughout UA where you can work, each offering the same pay rate. These locations include Tremont, Reed Road, and Devon Pool. Working a job through the city requires certain prerequisites, including a background check and drug screen. However, the city also looks for certain traits and characteristics in potential employees.
I look for somebody who has an outstanding personality, fairly easygoing, able to communicate well. And then the certification part depends on their swimming abilities.
Working a job in high school is not only good for work experience, but it looks good on college resumes. I talked with Dr. Moore to see what these benefits were.
Kids just get a real-world understanding of expectations and what you need to do, and even the paycheck side and understanding concepts of money and saving and spending and, you know, paying for a car or paying for gas. So those are all lessons that eventually will help you in the college process when it comes to study skills and budgeting money and time management and prioritizing and all those wonderful things that go with being successful in college.
The high school has a job board posted in the main hallway. Working a job in high school is a great way to make money, and it offers necessary experience. This has been Tad Fountain reporting for WARL.
If you or someone you know is looking for a summer job, you can find employment options through the City of UA. Contact Lee Spitzer from UA Parks and Rec.
The Upper Arlington Veterinary Hospital had its grand opening this month on 1515 West Lane Avenue. Council members and city staff were on site to congratulate Doctors Jonah and Adam Parson on cutting the ribbon.
The new hospital has a dog rescue program and offers an approved externship for education. The new hospital has 10,000 square feet, including examination rooms with glass walls for outdoor viewing to help ease pet anxiety.
Other new services offered for animals include nutrition and weight management and a specific staff to take care for exotic animals like reptiles, birds, and rodents.
Last year was the centennial celebration year in UA, and this year there is construction across the city. Many roads around Upper Arlington are going to be undergoing construction, including Ridgecliff Road, Canterbury Road, Wareham Road, and many others.
Construction is aiming to fix driveway aprons, curbs, gutters, storm sewers, and other little things.
With construction of the new high school beginning during spring break, the high school is going to be experiencing changes with the surrounding roads. Annie Ranke takes a closer look into what student parking will look like with the construction for the new high school.
On Tuesday, January 22nd, the head administration at the Upper Arlington High School held a meeting for all juniors concerning senior parking spots for the next school year.
It makes no difference if you're an athlete, in an orchestra, in a band, whatever the case is, you need to form your carpool.
With only 220 senior spots available, carpooling is necessary if students want to obtain a spot. You can get 2 points for a senior, 1.5 for a sophomore or junior who have their license, or 1 point for a non-licensed driver. You are only allowed to carpool 4 people. Seniors with the most points have first dibs on a spot.
I think the principals are doing the best they can to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity when getting a parking spot. And obviously not everybody's going to be happy with it.
Parking isn't the only change for seniors next year. Seniors also have the option to choose an early in or early out. That means they can either have an open study hall first or 8th period. This will make carpooling more difficult.
And I mean, I get the whole carpool thing, but no one really wants to switch off a spot with someone. Like what if me and my friend had different lunches? I'm not going to let them drive my car. No.
Starting after spring break and into next year, parking will be hard for the seniors and upperclassmen who can drive. Half of Mount Holyoke and about 3/4 of Brandon Road will be off limits for student parking. Mr. Theotto says it how it is.
Parking is going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible for our visitors, it's going to be terrible for you, it's going to be terrible for our staff.
The Macy's parking lot in Kingsdale will be open for students to park in after spring break. The administration is still coming up with more solutions for this parking crisis.
I understand that not everyone's going to be happy in this situation. However, I think we should open up side streets for more places to park.
I think that the parking next year is going to be absolutely horrendous.
Overall, the situation isn't ideal, but the staff is working together to find alternatives for the loss of parking. This has been Annie Ranke reporting for the WARL.
Parking will become limited to only small parts of Brandon Road, Mount Holyoke, Northwest Boulevard, and the Macy's parking lot, which the school is renting until construction is complete. That is it for Community News this week. Now to Rebecca with Lifestyle.
Welcome to Lifestyle. I'm Rebecca Murray. 26 years after the original movie premiered, writer and director David Mickey Evans announced that The Sandlot is in order for 2 seasons of a television series reboot with the original cast of the movie. The release date has not yet been set. In Upper Arlington, students were able to schedule for UA Idea Day on Friday, March 1st. UA alum Wendy Gomez will be speaking on the day and taking students to her gym, Wendy's Gymnastics. Her daughter, Jen Gomez, reports on Wendy's experiences.
Wendy Gomez, daughter, wife, mom of 5, business owner, and gymnastics enthusiast, created Wendy's Gymnastics and Fitness for Children 25 years ago after graduating from The Ohio State University with a degree in early childhood and development.
Wendy's Gymnastics philosophy is building the child's self-esteem through fun, safe gymnastics activities.
Wendy's Gymnastics is located on the edge of Upper Arlington near the Kenny Road and Lane Avenue intersection. The gym has been in the same building since it opened in 1993. In 2003, Wendy expanded the gym with a new in-ground pit and sunken level trampolines. Now the space currently has 2 gyms, known as the Blue Gym and the Red Gym. Wendy thanks her father, sister, brother-in-law, family, and friends for encouragement to open the gym. Wendy's biggest inspiration was the numbers guy, better known as her husband, Jeff Gomez, who encouraged Wendy logically.
So he ran some numbers and said, if you can get 88 kids on your opening day, you should open a gym. That would be a wise move. If you don't think you can get that many kids, don't do it. Wait till you can or go do something else. And I was like, I think we can get 88 kids. And so we moved forward, and probably the best part of the story is that we opened our doors with 250 kids.
The numbers, I think, were the easy part. And the fact that she was already doing something she loved to do was just really made it that much more fun to do.
Over the years, Wendy's interest in gymnastics and kids hasn't faded. She continues to enjoy her work and help guide young children in fun ways so they can experience more in life.
Good job, Nathan. I get the biggest kick out of kids. I think they're just raw and fun and honest and true, and they're all, everything that's good in the world is in every single child. And I just, it's such a joy to get to work with kids for a living.
Wendy's Gymnastics offers many different activities for ages 1 through 12.
Got kids that come in for classes, they come in for little kids outs, we've got toddler play dates, we do a lot of birthday parties on the weekends.
Wendy's older sister, Jenny Curfey, has been by her side all 25 years and continues teaching there part-time. Jenny has also had her children enrolled as students and employed by Wendy.
Working at the gym was really one of my greatest joys.
Wendy has about 35 other employees. Many are students, cheerleaders, and dancers at The Ohio State University, located nearby.
Did you see how straight her toes were? Out front.
Teaching there, being surrounded by incredibly talented teachers that Wendy has just handpicked. She can pick teachers and train teachers like no other. It's just amazing.
Wendy's unique business and compassion for young children has left an unrecognizable impact on the Columbus area.
She's an amazing woman. She's strong, smart, personable, warm, friendly, and incredibly talented in gymnastics and with working with young children.
I am just so lucky to get to do something that I love to do.
This has been Jen Gomez reporting for the WARL.
Registration for classes at Wendy's Gymnastics is open on www.wendysgymnastics.com. Wendy Gomez is just one example of someone who began a career for themselves that they love. In another field, 17-year-old Ethan Sack is working on his career as a musician. Last show, we previewed Ethan Sack perform his single, Make My Heart Go. Annie Ranke takes a closer look at this performance.
On Tuesday, February 19th, singer and songwriter Ethan Sack performed in a little theater for UAHS students.
You were the one I've been looking for my whole life. Fake leads into why we were the perfect strangers.
Some UA vocal music students gave their opinion on Ethan Sack's performance.
His voice is so wonderful.
He has a great range.
He's a good stage presence, I have to say.
The piano is like...
Yeah, the piano is my favorite part.
Ethan started playing piano at 5 years old and discovered his love for songwriting at 13 years old. By the age of 14, Ethan was signed by Noisebook Studios to a publishing deal by the famous songwriter Gary Baker.
The music industry isn't just about connections. It's about having something that people will want to share. If you show that to one person in the industry that has 50 people that they know that they can put you with, you have to have the content that they're going to want to show to those 50 people. It's not just about knowing that person, it's about having something that that person would want.
Ethan is very passionate about pursuing his dream of becoming a professional singer and songwriter. He shares his wisdom on how he's achieving that goal.
If you have somebody say no to, like, you show them something, they're like, it's not good enough. If you don't go back and work on that, or work on your craft in order to get it and to create something new that's better, if you don't go back and do that, then you don't want it enough.
This has been Annie Ranke reporting for the WARL.
Ethan Sack came to perform his music all the way from his hometown in Alabama. Students at Upper Arlington, OSU, and other Central Ohio schools may be doing similar traveling this upcoming week with their spring break beginning on March 9th. For those staying in Ohio, temperatures are projected to rise, meaning spring weather might be coming a little earlier than expected. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine proposed an 18-cent gasoline tax increase to make up for the shortage of road funding. Ohio legislators are proposing a lower increase of 10.7 cents to be phased in throughout the next 3 years. This proposal will be voted on during the beginning of March. Now back to Maine with Ava and Jess.
For juniors and seniors that are aspiring entrepreneurs, Bowling Green is hosting a Camp Hatchet, a week-long camp where campers will work individually and in groups to plan, develop, and showcase their unique ideas for the camp's closing program. The camp is from June 16th to the 20th, and the cost is $615. Sign-ups are now available on Bowling Green's website.
With the start of the construction, the parking lots are soon to be torn apart, digging up secrets of the past. Annie Ranke gets an inside scoop.
In the 1800s, Pleasant Litchford owned the land that we now call Upper Arlington High School. With the construction of the new high school beginning on March 11th, it has raised many questions about what will happen to the cemetery under the school.
Pleasant Litchford was a freed slave from Lynchburg, Virginia. Him and his wife and his 4 sons, which are late teens, early 20s, were all freed at the same time. He was a master blacksmith, so he had mad skills as far as that's concerned.
Pleasant Litchford was the fourth largest landowner during that time.
The land, he owned this huge section of land, which he also sublet to other farmers, but it incorporates the not only this whole high school land, but you have Northern Park, Tremont School, Senior Center, Upper Arlington Public Libraries, all on his land. And so all that area is a wonderful legacy to a man that was a slave and became a millionaire.
I am currently standing in the Brandon parking lot where the gravesite once was. To my right is the chemistry wing, and to my left is the baseball fields, where they're also believed to be buried. Karen Truitt, Director of Communications at Upper Arlington High School, stated, "Historical researchers determined it was best to wait to do any type of physical investigation of the site. Since most of the former cemetery currently sits under the parking lot and building, they wouldn't be able to get very reliable results right now. The conditions will be much better when the new high school is complete and the old one is removed."
We have the exact measurements of exactly where it is on the land. It's a half an acre of land that the bodies are, and there could be up to 400 bodies on a half an acre of land. We don't believe there's that many, but it could be. It was the largest African-American cemetery in Perry Township at the time.
It will not affect the new high school itself, but it will affect the tearing down of this school and making the ball field or whatever they're going to do with the property we're on right now. It will affect that, so they will have to, once they get the parking lot removed in some of the building, they will be able to do ground penetrating radar to be able to find those caskets.
This has been Annie Ranke reporting for the WARL.
When construction is complete, there will be 6 more spots to their previous total, carrying the ongoing parking issues into the new school as well.
With spring break around the corner, students are often trying to forget about the school. But at UAHS, when students come back, the high school will be completely different. That's it for this edition of UA Live. Thanks for tuning in and have a relaxing spring break. See you next time.
I am lost in the clouds, can't get down, but I get by.
If you go on your screen, you'll never be seen.
Turn apple back to fruit.